morning, guys. Today we are in Banbury for Canal Festival. This is the most excited day in Banbury. Every year in October they provide Canal Festival. For the festival came a lot of people on their boat. Some of them live on the boat, some of them have them for traveling and for festival like this. So here, friend, we met Greg, who is farmer, and he make this on his field, this delicious corn.
Yes.
Corn.
Sweet corn.
Sweet corns. And show it to kids.
And the little pumpkins as well.
Ah, pumpkins. Ah, yeah, and pumpkins as well before the Halloween, I think. So this is Banbury Canal Festival. Very excited and bright. Where do you live? Near Banbury.
Not far. Mm-hmm. Do you know Cropity?
Yeah, my friend Richard is from there.
Okay. My farm is between Cropity and the next village.
I understand. Do you have many fields? The big field?
2 hectare.
2 hectare, yeah. And you plant corn there
Yeah. And
for restaurant.
pumpkins,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
orchard for apples and plums and pears and hives of bees for honey.
What a fool I'd be! 6 young fellas came and courted me. 3 were blind and the others couldn't see. Oh dear mother, what a fool I'd be!
Here on the canal we found real beach, but she is really very nice and she play music on very interesting instrument. What's this instrument called?
So this is a musical saw.
Wow.
By putting it in the fire, we get it nice and soft.
Yeah, so I would like to represent to you Josh, who worked in Banbury Museum, and he knew very well the history of canal and fantastic old boat here.
Okay, so you're standing in Tooley's Boatyard Dockyard, which is the dry dock here, which we're standing in, has been here for nearly 250 years.
250 years.
So the Oxford Canal, arrived here in Banbury in 1778, and it runs from coalfields in the north near Coventry, and it was built to carry coal to the towns along the route and to the city of Oxford and connect to the Thames for London.
It was built for carrying goods or for just like touristical people?
Goods, coal.
Coal.
The coal
Yeah.
that built the British Empire, I would have to say, the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah. This coal was from here, from England.
Yes, mined in coal fields in Warwickshire, near
I
Coventry.
understand.
A lot of coal.
So forest transport that they use for transport, it was canal actually,
Yeah.
boats and canal.
So the canals grew very quickly, and they carried a lot of goods. And then the railways came along. The canals were still there, but the railways took a lot of the transport. And I suppose in the
19th century.
that was in the 19th century. So in the 20th century, by about 1940, the commercial use of canals was beginning to die away. And by the end of the Second World War in 1945, then the use of the canals was still a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
And it was from then that the recreational use, the
Yeah.
tourist use
Yeah.
that you mentioned, began
Yeah.
to start. And now, of course,
Now-
there's loads
Part
of tourists here.
festival,
Loads
yeah.
of tourists
And
here.
for some people, this is their life. Many people live on boats.
Quite a few do. Quite a few do.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Do you
yes.
think they live because they have such kind of style, or they have no money for houses?
I think it's both. I think some people think that living on a canal boat is cheap, and it can be, but you need to keep your boat up to scratch, you need to maintain it, there are
Yeah.
annual fees you have to pay. So
Which
it
these people
varies.
keep a historical meaning on England, historical part of England, I
Yes,
think.
yes. And a lot of people get interested in the history.
Yeah. What is this boat? Is it the forest boat in Banbury? Or?
No, this is just here for decoration during the Canal Festival. But it was a boat that was built in the 1940s, originally as an icebreaker. So in the winter you get ice on the canals, and that would stop the boats moving, and so the canal companies had icebreakers.
Ah, understand.
But sometime after that it was converted into a tug. So it may not look like a tug, but it's designed
Yeah.
to
So this
push
is very
narrow boats.
very strong boat.
Yeah, it's not an attractive boat, but it's an engine, a floating engine.
Okay, this is Anna, and she with her husband Richard take part in this festival. Actually, one of the organizers of this fantastic festival on the canal in Banbury. How long you live on the boat? Oh, this,
Yeah,
How
so
long?
I've lived on a canal boat for 10 years, nearly
Wow.
10 years.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a temporary arrangement.
Yeah.
And after I moved onto the narrowboat, I found out I loved it. I work full time. I used to live in London, and it gives you a little bit more time and space because it's cheaper. Became working part time.
You watch boat together with your husband.
No, I actually met him afterwards. So I have a boat and he has a boat.
Ah, understand. That's cool.
Yeah, and so I started to wonder where all the canals went. So I left London, and now here I am in Banbury. So that's how I found Banbury.
Yeah, and you have children like with you who grow up on the.
I don't have children. Some people do have children on boats. It tends to get difficult when they grow and get bigger because obviously you have a small amount of space. So I think with babies and small children, people I know who've had children on boats, they tend to stay and then either move on into a house or they have to buy another boat.
Hello guys, again this is Per from Sweden, from different country, but he traveled to UK for support his friend who work here on this wonderful boat, Richard and Anna. So I'd like to ask if in Sweden you have also such kind of festival?
We don't have canals in Sweden.
You
Well, we
have
do
no
have a
canal.
couple, but they're not used in the same way. They don't have history in the same way as they do here in the UK. But we do have
So
festivals.
that is why you come here?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, to enjoy the canal system. And just be on this lovely boat that travels around and puts on music events.
Yeah, I also, when I first visited Great Britain, come here 2 years ago, I was impressed that in the site of some modern building, inside of some modern town, there are wonderful canal and boats. Do young people interested in festival now in such kind of like historical things in Sweden?
In Sweden, I'm not so sure. I mean, the people who come here, I've noticed, are a little bit older than the people who come to the events we do otherwise. In Sweden, I'm not really part of any historical
Viking
Yes.
festival, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
participate in this?
No, I don't. But we do have some like medieval festivals, especially on an island called Gotland.
Gotland.
Yeah.
Because I used to study archaeology in Kiev, and we have professor who and student. I have actually friend who died in Gotland.
Gotland. Yes.
Scotland, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweden Viking community. Because in Ukraine, like in 10th, 11th century, we also have Vikings who came to us from Sweden actually, and they started dynasty there. Okay, thank you for information. It was nice to talk to you, and greeting to Sweden as well, because Sweden supports Ukraine. Thank you. And we met here also Ukrainian lady Luba. She's from Kiev and she is doing such amazing things. With Kiev Are you from Kiev? Yes, I'm from Kiev. I came here almost 2 years ago to my daughter who have been living here for a long time. She worked here. I am a retiree, so I decided to help to volunteer to support Ukraine here in England. Here are my handmade, such as knitting pictures and rings. I make them, sell here and send to Ukraine in order to support volunteering organizations. British people like handmade. They appreciate by my work and they all the time donate for Ukraine. Did you meet many good people here? English people are very cheerful and kind, and they are always happy to help to us. I am very grateful for their help.